welcome home, please. Television's brightest new star, the legendary, inspirational, the one and only Rupert Pupkin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for Rupert Pupkin.
What? I think it was King of Comedy. I was having a little trouble shooting the film, and I think I was having trouble coming to terms with myself, too.
Michael.
It was Michael Powell who came in and really helped me. He spoke to me in a way that no one else I knew in my life seemed to be able to do. I guess every person who starts to make movies has the same experience. What kind of a person must a film director be? What was I really saying? Where was I going to go? I didn't know where the hell I was going.
When Joan was only 1 year old, she already knew where she was going.
And darling, don't worry about me. I know where I'm going.
Making movies, it's a pilgrimage. The projects that I'd be involved in usually has an element of that in them. In the process of living it, there's a kind of spiritual experience. Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger gave me the desire and the confidence to try making my own movies. Those pictures mean so much to me that I can't imagine where I'd be without them. There's an overpowering sense of spirituality about the films. The people on film, you want to live through them. You want to possess their spirits, their souls, in a way. It's the connection between people. It's a matter of living through the cinema, I think. In the Powell Pressburger films, these characters, they're looking for a spiritual rehabilitation. In A Canterbury Tale, these people struggle against all kinds of adversity and endured fear on a daily basis. When no one felt safe, it felt real longing.
I hope he writes to you.
No, he doesn't.
Maybe the mail was lost by enemy action.
No, Bob. As it happens, he was lost by enemy action.
They were working out how one lives a good life and responsibilities and obligations. The advice is to hang in and ride out the storm, because ultimately there's a blessing.
I played in a cinema.
Cinema? Oh. Well, do you want to play?
Do I look like a heavenly messenger to you?
You look like Mickey Rosinski to me.
Oh, yeah? Well, I, Mickey Rosinski, have a blessing for you.
He wants to get in touch with you. Official news about Mr. Jeffrey. He's in Gibraltar.
I know where I'm going. It's a character, Joan Webster. Didn't believe in compromise, had firm belief in her own abilities and judgment, and never taking no for an answer.
Go back to Tobermory and spend the night in a comfortable bed.
But I intend to spend the night on Kaloran.
Oh.
Seems to be a very romantic and very lush and very unique picture. Still, it has to do with a personal journey and a search of character to the very understanding of what compassion is about. It's about giving and receiving.
Talk crew!
The way people behave towards each other. It's the warmth and the love and the friendship.
People around here are very poor, I suppose.
Not poor, they just haven't got money.
It's the same thing.
Oh no, something quite different.
Emmerich Pressburger escaped the Nazis, was living in England at the time, but yet he was still considered an enemy alien. It's a certain way of looking at the world.
Don't miss a boat!
Like Emmerich, the characters were forced to move out, and that led the way to the spiritual quest. They're driven by it, but I don't think there was any choice.
Hi!
They come to terms with their humility and realize it's not all about them. It's almost like fitting in with the world rather than trying to change it. In other words, can you accept love before you can give love? Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger, they had an almost mythic feel for English history as a living entity. Money, the pressures, all the little worries and difficulties, they were all unimportant. Do we have that kind of faith here in America?
Prepare to receive the true Lord!
A society is not rooted in morality or any kind of spirituality. Without that guidance or without that even dialogue between people about morality and spirituality, it becomes pure corruption. Do gangsters worry about their souls? The beginning of Mean Streets, Harvey Keitel says, you don't make up for your sins in church.
You do it in the streets. You do it at home. The rest is bullshit, and you know it.
This man may be this way, but still, he's a human being. He's got a heart. He's got a soul.
Hey, Joey. Well. St. Charles is here. Everybody, benediction. Hey, rise, please.
How do you try to live a good life while being on the outside? It's the struggle for the very essence of faith. By the end of it, he finds some kind of peace with himself and maybe the others around him.
I guess you could safely say that things haven't gone so well tonight. But I'm trying, Lord, I'm trying.
The extent to which you put yourself on the line in terms of how you live a good moral life, but you're in a world that is completely corrupt. That's what human nature might be.
I thought he would be some kind of monster, even with horns growing out of his head. But he's only a man, just an ordinary human being, like myself.
They shock you in a good way into a kind of awakening of the real pain of these people, with the humor and the compassion that's found in that grotesque world.
The priest and me, we lived by the same principles. It was only faith divided us.
In Powell and Pressburger films, characters are
childish, vulgar, and completely insignificant.
It's the struggle with the concept of apostasy and faith, toughness and tenderness.
Pilgrimage can be either to receive a blessing or to do penance. I don't need either.
My preference for characters who are self-destructive, a lot of it comes from them. These were guys you loved and hated at the same time.
It's a promise you stay just as you are till the floods come.
Till the floods come. Now, here is the lake, and I still haven't changed.
Rupert Pupkin, the kidnapping king of comedy, was sentenced today to 6 years imprisonment at the government's minimum security facility in
Goodfellas. I almost didn't want to make it. It was Michael Powell who read the script and insisted I make it. The dangers, to go into dangerous areas, you may not come out. Whether you succumb to drink or drugs, it's a miracle that you get out of it.
Oh, Stanley, you're such a fool.
I was fascinated by stories of the missionaries. Black Narcissus had the sense of being almost like a horror film, the same kind of unease. For the nuns in the Himalayas, it was the first exposure to a very foreign culture. Fear, resentment, trusting nobody. It was palpable. The missionaries here, they presented their truth with quotes on it, which negated the truth of the culture that they were preaching to.
They don't know what an order is.
And they should learn.
Why?
We all need discipline. You said yourself, they're like children. Without discipline, we should all behave like children.
Oh, don't you like children?
There's a difference between religion and spirituality. And religion could, taken the wrong way, could become something that is restricting and becomes intolerable and becomes judgmental. Ultimately, especially in Asia, I would think, the missionaries. It's completely tied in with colonization, which left a very great scar on the East.
Father in heaven, praised be thy name. I'm just a foreigner who brought disaster. And that's what they think of me now.
In silence, these are the questions that were coming up throughout the whole picture. How do you make it special without insulting them, without being arrogant? How does one get to the essence of the good, the truth of that?
What should we do?
Tremble. Tremble.
What do you say?
I think there are only two ways of living in this place. Either ignore it or give yourself up to it. Neither would do for us. No.
The beauty that you see in the world around you, you feel a sense of relief, accepting the place in life where you are. So if you stop, you have to really pay attention, talking to the past. And you know, sometimes they talk back to you, giving us a direction, showing us the way to be able to live, appreciate the blessing of nature.
Storm, it's well, it's powerful. So we need to be quiet for a while.
If you want to experience and enrich that spiritual aspects of being a human being, there has to be an adjustment to the way the world changes and the way society changes.
This is Earth.
Why has it changed so much?
It hasn't changed. You have. Now you can see its real beauty. Harmony between Earth and the heart.
I'd rather swim in the sea than in a swimming pool.
I know.
And I'd rather catch salmon in my own stream if somebody teach me how.
I know.
And I'd rather go to Lauren and Rory Moore's boat after the hen I've raised.
And at the end of your pilgrimage, you may indeed receive a blessing. Art is an attempt for us to make sense of our existence, to deal with anger and revenge and retribution and love and forgiveness, all of that together. It's not easy. Watching the film is really a kind of spiritual journey. You have an examination of conscience. And ultimately, it becomes like a pilgrimage. And that's what Michael Powell and Pressburger meant to me. Can I live up to it? I don't know. But what you do is you keep trying.
We modern pilgrims see no journey's end.
Michael tried to explain it to me. To be a pilgrim, it says. This is a quote from Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan, but I don't understand it.
We're still on the road. It's never going to end.